Let me get on YouTube and everywhere else. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas. Sarah in Texas? Sarah from Texas? Whatever. I'm Sarah. I live in Texas. Shout out. Happy Friday. It's almost the weekend. Maybe it is for y'all, for people like me that don't technically have a job. But anyway, so shout out. I hope you're having amazing weather. It's a little chilly here, but it's actually sunny. So it's really nice. But I promise you this, I don't think I have any plans tonight, and I'm not going to accept any plans tonight. This girl is no makeup, hair and a pony, living life. I'm going to be in my Jamie Jams in less than an hour. I promise you that. And I cannot wait. Anyway, so I hope you have an amazing weekend planned also. And it's, going out, staying in, jammies, dressed up, sequins, whatever. Maybe you're making this your New Year's Eve. I don't know. But I am making this my hangout. Y'all, I've got to watch Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip. I've got to watch episode 6 of Hollywood House Lift. I've got to watch the latest Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've got so much 90 Day Fiance on my list. It's not even crazy. It's just crazy. So let's get to Leah Black and Jamie Kennedy from today's show, because I don't think I have it in me to talk all the Monica stuff yet again. Like the Monica Real Housewives of Salt Lake City stuff. I guess I do have it in me. Maybe I do. I think I always have gossip in me. Her former best friend, Tanisha, I can't remember the last name, but it's all over everywhere. If you Google Tanisha Salt Lake City, it will come up for darn sure. She is going live with some Instagram account. Maybe it's a podcaster or a content creator. I'm not really sure. No one huge. It wasn't like Bravo and Cocktails or anyone. I don't know what kind of happens in this situation. It always almost seems like the content creators, the podcasters would be vying for her or whatever. So maybe it's a friend of hers that she knows is going to go easy on her. Maybe it's a favor. I have no idea, but she is going live at, I think, 8:00 Central on that girl's Instagram live, I guess. So I don't know. I might have to stop Dateline in 2020 and 48 Hours and all my favorite Friday night shows. I'm trying to wave at y'all on Instagram. Might have to stop that to pop on over and see what Miss Tanisha has to say, because it is going crazy. Like, I cannot wait until the season or the reunion of Salt Lake City. I almost don't know. Y'all tell me in comments the stuff that came out yesterday, where the proof, I guess, that Jen Shaw did a cease and desist to Monica in 2021 over that account. So if she knew, everybody knew. Nobody would keep that a secret. Like, that would go through Salt Lake City like wildfire for darn sure. So Bravo, she wasn't hired by Bravo yet. I mean, she's only been on this season, right? Yeah, she's new this season, right? So it doesn't make sense if they don't know about it. I know Andy Cohen came out of vacation on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, live from Miami, and a caller called in and said, hey, I want to know how much production knew about all of this before they hired her or before the season started, whatever. And he basically didn't answer and said, all that's going to come out at the reunion. So I am just dying. But do you think they would admit it if they knew? I mean, you talk about breaking the fourth wall. I mean, that is getting a Finsta account involved that would have actually known. I mean, that's just insane to me. Oh my God, I love that show. Christina Anderson on Instagram. I'll stick with Live PD tonight. No need to watch that live. Wait, is Live PD still on? That is the TV show that our family used to always find on vacation. On like a Saturday night, we'd be huddled up in a big hotel room and we would always watch Live PD. We love that kind of cops. I mean, I guess I didn't raise my kids to be, into Bravo and Jeff Lewis, but we are nosy people. We do like watching like Cops and Live PD. Those are some good shows. Anyways. Oh, Krista says it's all fake. The Monica stuff is all fake. People kill me. This was a staged storyline, just like Scandival. We will all learn over the next few years how all these reality shows were staged. Oh, don't burst my bubble, Krista. Oh, don't do it. I live in La La Land. I want to think that these are all psychopath people and we're like catching it live. And I don't know. I really do. Okay, let's get into better stuff. Leah Black, Jamie Kennedy. I don't know that they've been on together before, but I sort of love them. Okay, Jamie Kennedy was one of those that has never been my favorite. Like just the scroungy before COVID, the stuff during COVID. Like, I don't know. He's his own person. He's definitely a unique personality. Didn't love the stuff, the apology, whatever, all that craziness that went on with Amanda McCants on the after show. I guess that still isn't resolved. Matter of fact, Amanda McCants hasn't been on the after show or Jeff Lewis Live in a long time. I don't know if she's just busy blowing up. I don't really know. But anyways, do I think Amanda McCants and Jamie Kennedy need to be back on together? No. Clearly, I think he's better with other people. But he has grown on me. I do like him now. I do think he showers a little more regularly now. So maybe that's what made him grow on me. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, they start off though. Jeff finally gives us an update on his situation with the money wire, and it was user error. So I still don't know exactly how much money it is. I think on the after show, they were talking about it. I got to listen to the first segment of the after show. Oh, thank you for buying a badge. Who is that? Tiger? No, who is it? I can't. Oh, Kelly. Kelly in the OC. Shout out, Kelly. I adore you. Um, they were talking on the after show, and I got to Jeff and Shane didn't join today. Probably they're getting ready for Shane's birthday party. I don't know. But I got to listen to the first part of it, and it went to a commercial. And now, as y'all know, on the app, there is no 15-second increment where you can just fast forward if you're not live on the after show, which I wasn't live. I had mom duties and I was delayed a little bit. So I have to listen to all the commercials. And then it comes back and I hear Jeff Lewis's voice and I'm all confused. I've got it in my AirPod and I'm like, wait, did Jeff like not come on for the first segment? And then he can't, like, what am I listening to? And then it says something about the archives. It flipped. Oh, my phone was in my purse. So no one was even touching my phone. It was on in my AirPods. And all of a sudden it went to live on 789. So, you know, I've been telling y'all, oh, the new app's not that terrible, but I was finally making time last night for one of the commercial breaks of either Wednesday or Thursday show. I can't remember which. I watched them both because I've been partying on the weeknights, and I was gone for a couple of hours each night. And Jeff and all of them, who was it on it with? Jeff, maybe Doug. Everyone was complaining about the app though, and Jeff was like, I get so many complaints about the app all the time. So again, if you haven't seen my reel, I did video Jeff Lewis telling us at the December 21st event, live show in LA, that the after show is going to move to channel 102 right behind Jeff Lewis Live. I think it's probably going to be January, February. He didn't really say, but it's sort of like a nanny nanny boo boo moment for me with Andy Cohen, because most of y'all know I called into the Andy Cohen show or Andy Cohen Live a month ago. And part of it is because Jeff had made it seem as if this was really already going to happen on the show. He was absolutely talking about the after show moving to channel 102. So he hadn't said it 1,000%, but it was very clear that's where it was going. So I called in basically to say, hey, I'm a fan and I'm so happy that the after show is moving to channel 102. And Andy was like, well, why? What's wrong with the app? And he got all sorts of defensive. But and he was like, what's the problem with moving to channel 789? I'm like, because it's a piece of crap and it messes up. Like, it's literally technical issues for a lot of people. So anyways, I'm kind of glad that it's actually moving there. We just don't know a date. K Hef says, designed so you can't use it as a Bluetooth when you drive, increases subscriptions. How does it increase subscriptions? I mean, well, the reason I couldn't listen to it through my car is obviously it's 789 show and I have a 2019 car. So I don't have the digital 789 on my car. But also I was on delay. So I would have had to listen to the app. So I don't know. I don't think you pay anymore for car versus app. Like, I don't know. We just have one price. But don't forget, y'all, and I made a video about this. It's probably way down on my reels. But I made a video about how I didn't even have to waste my time with SiriusXM. You go on the SiriusXM.com and there's like a chat screen. I totally chatted with someone in about 7 minutes. start to finish. I didn't have to threaten to cancel, nothing. I just said, my husband and I both have Howard Stern, and we want to delete Howard Stern and go down. I think at the time I had added up, we were paying $54 a month, I think. It took us both down to 14 a month, 17. Crazy amount. It saved us $500 a year. Just on messaging with SiriusXM. And I'm not the person that can threat, because trust me, I may seem like I have balls and then I really don't. But probably 10, 15 years ago, somebody said to do that about DirecTV. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to call DirecTV. And my husband's like egging me on, like, yeah. We're all sitting there in the living room and he's like, yeah, let's call and delete them and see what they say. When I tell you, I have paid for DirecTV every month of my life since I think 1997, when I bought my first house on my own. I've had HBO since then. We pay for the football thing. I mean, we spend money on DirecTV and have never canceled it. And they were like, okay, let me send you over to that department to cancel you. I was like, looking at my husband like, they're going to delete it. Like, what? Not the football thing. We pay for the baseball thing. My husband's a Cubs fan. I said football. And he was like, oh no, because a long time ago, you had no other option except the DirecTV baseball package that you could watch your favorite games on if you didn't live in that city. And we don't live in Chicago. So we have paid for that for so long. Now in 2024, there's more streaming options, and I think you can listen on the radios, and maybe people offer it, but we still pay a shit ton of money for DirecTV. But I'm just going to say, we tried to cancel thinking they would be like, no, you've been such a customer. And they were like, okay, we'll send you right over. Yeah, that was fun. Because I was like, never mind. My husband has changed his mind. We're happy to pay your full obnoxious price. Yeah. Yes, Cecily says my husband needs to get his account lowered. Yeah, so it was super easy whenever I messaged with him. It really was. Okay, so Jeff's got all of his money back. It was user error. We still don't know the amount, because as I was saying, I was listening to the after show and they were wondering, Justin and Monica were wondering how much it was. They think it's like $700,000. They think it was like most of the money in his business account that he was switching over to his personal account for whatever reason. And producer Alyssa was like, oh, I'll just text him and ask. He didn't answer, but he said it was more than Andy Cohen's. But also Andy Cohen never, I don't think, gave us an amount. I think he just agreed it was maybe more than 100,000. I don't know. Okay, but it didn't work for me, Zuba. I adore you, Zuba. I'm so mad I didn't get to meet you in New York, that you were sick. You can negotiate with them. We did before we got rid of DirecTV. Yeah, they don't negotiate with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not good at that. Oh, DirecTV is a killer of a price. I mean, isn't everything though cable? But the thing about DirecTV is we can't necessarily bundle it with anything. And we have AT&T phones, 7 cell phones on AT&T, and AT&T and DirecTV like own each other, married together, living together, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever they are. And then we also used to have AT&T Wi-Fi. Now I switched to someone else thinking it was going to be better, and it absolutely wasn't better. But there's no bundling I can do. Like, they don't give you a deal. So anyways, Zuba said that you call them for him. Let me at them. Oh, I love that. Okay, so Leah and Jamie, I think Leah Black has talked about not being a morning person, but she's also like me. She doesn't necessarily need coffee. And when she drinks it, it tends to hype her up a little bit too much. So she and Jamie were talking that Justin isn't a morning person. I personally know for a long time that Paige Davis is not a morning person. So I think there's actually a lot of chumps that are like late night owls, and maybe they would be much better with like a 2 to 3 p.m. Jeff Lewis Live taping or recording, whatever you call it, than a 9 a.m. But, I'm sure they enjoy it. And if you're paid $500 for an hour, I mean, that's pretty good money to go and hang out with Jeff Lewis and Shane and Alyssa and Jameson and have fun. Like, oh my God, can you imagine? I would do that for free. Like, clearly, I would fly myself out from Houston on a Southwest plane. You have no interest. Yes, I only use XM to listen to Jeff. And that's why I can't stand. Okay, I wasn't paying for the cable growing up. Obviously, my parents were. But I remember when cable TV came out, my parents got it. They paid for HBO, Showtime, all the cool stuff. But I remember thinking, there's like 30 shows, remember? I mean, I'm 50 years old. There was only like 30 channels at the time, like USA, all your local channels, HBO, Lifetime, whatever. Now there's like 200 or 800 if you count the music channels. And I remember thinking there's so much stuff we don't even watch, but they make you buy everything. And it's the same way with Sirius XM. You have to pay for all these channels you're not even listening to. So if we only want Radio Andy, or actually, I love Radio Andy, and I also love freaking John Mayer's channel on Channel 14. Yesterday, I was listening to it, and it was Stevie Nicks. Oh my God, it was so good. Well, it was 2 nights ago, I guess. Anyway, so good. Today's Shane's birthday party tonight. Shout out Shane. Did y'all see the repost he did of him? What Brogan, like this little birthday tribute that his boyfriend Brogan made for him? I feel like Shane will get married young. Like he's 26 years. No, I guess he's well, duh, today's his birthday. Is he 27? Oh my God, our boy is growing up. I feel like 2024 could be the year that he and Brogan get engaged. I don't know. 27. That seems like he all of a sudden that seems like a man age, not like a little boy out of college age. Oh my God, he's a baby. I know, but that's like a respectable get married age, right? 27, and if they had a year engagement, he'd be 28. Oh my God. But Jeff, more shocking than that is going to bring Chef Harrison to his birthday party tonight. Like, I think Jeff just likes to be surrounded by people. A lot of people that would be newly single like Jeff, although it's kind of not newly single, he just didn't tell us for a shit ton of time that he and, Stu were actually broken up. It took him a while to actually confirm that, although we were all guessing, right? But I'm shocked that he wants to bring him to the birthday party. I think a lot of people, that would be like a big deal. But don't forget, New Year's Eve 2023, he almost brought this new date. Remember bartender Don or whatever his name was? He had literally been on one date with him and he was going to share New Year's Eve with him. And then he got a second thought of Chef Stu and then called him, and the rest was history for, I don't know, what, 9 or 10 more months? Yeah, at least. Well, I guess they were broken up by BravoCon because that was clear that they were broken up. Oh my God. Oh, I love that. Raquel says, I got married in 2014 at 24 years old. That's a good age too. I was 27 when I got married. Shell Bell says, remember the jailbreak cable boxes? Everyone had a friend for $50 would get you a box. We're so lame and by the book. We never did that stuff. Even what's that stick called? Fire stick or something people used to get movies with. I never did that. And I worked at Fox Sports Network for 7.5 years out of college. So actually for about 6 months of my job, I got DirecTV paid for free because that they wanted me to watch all the regional sports networks at home. If there was a problem, that's the kind of way they gave me a free whatever. But anyways, I maybe it lasted about a year or two. Yeah, I think I got DirecTV for free for a year or two. Yes, I've heard Joyful. I'm Karen. Latest episode 6 of Hollywood Houselift is about him and Stu, and it was sort of sad to see. I have heard that. I'm finally going to watch it tonight. Like I've literally, yesterday morning, I was going to watch it, and then all the Monica stuff came out, and y'all were sending me today. Y'all send me the best stuff. So even if you think I haven't seen it, send it to me because I usually haven't seen it. And y'all know so many people have blocked me that I can't, see stuff. So y'all were sending me her Instagram live recordings. Y'all were sending me the screenshots of comments. And then I think someone said yesterday I needed to watch, or today I need to watch the latest Carlos King podcast. He does a really good recap of Salt Lake City and all that drama because I think he was kind of one of the producers that maybe created Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So thank you, Victoria. The color on me is amazing. I'm going to be out of it after an hour. I've got a phone call after this with my girl Annie. I love Annie. And after that, I'm putting on my plaid pajamas for Christmas. I'm putting them on. They're very cozy. Am I the only one that doesn't know what a speed bump position is? Like I couldn't even understand it. Now I was half listening because I was in the shower, and when I'm showering, I don't know how to put the phone over the Bluetooth in our shower because we never figured that out. We just buy this technology and don't know how to use it. So it's terrible sound. And then they were talking about the lawnmower position. I had no idea what that was. I was like, do I Google this and surprise my husband with it? Does he know what this stuff is and hasn't yet tried it? Have we tried it and I don't even know it? Like, I don't even know. But whoever Caller Sue is, I'm telling you, I want to be best friends with you. So call me, Caller Sue. Make sure you're in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. If anyone knows who she is, make sure she knows that I want to be besties with her. When she called in and was like, this is a really good position. I'm telling you, it could be very, I think she used the word pleasurable, which I just died. What a dainty way to say it gets her off. And then she was like, you just got to open the cheeks a little bit. And I was like, well, what is she talking? Are they talking anal? Like, I didn't even know what they were talking about. And then Shane was like, or somebody said, do you grease the cheeks? Like, I didn't even know what they were talking about. Somebody, no, never mind. I was going to say somebody send me a scribble picture, but no. Because that's reminding me of when Joey Zalzig, who I adore, was first on. I didn't know who he was before he was on. So I started following him and I realized he was this huge influencer and stuff and so positive and uplifting. I do love him. But somehow it came up that he has this dick pic of him going around the internet. Somebody sent it to me. It's my first and only D pic. I mean, my husband and I started dating in 1999 and we did have cell phones back then, but there was no pictures. And, I prefer to see it in real life, 3D, 4D, if you will. Yeah, definitely 4D, if you will. So I've never had one of those sent to me. And when I saw the one that somebody said, oh, I just Googled it real quick, this is definitely Joey Zalzig. I saw the hairy legs and I was like, that's definitely Joey Zalzig. I DM'd him. It's like a year ago. And I DM'd him and I'm like, I think I just saw your D. And he was like, yep, probably you did. And I said, this is the angle. And he was like, yep. And I'm like, oh God. Okay, y'all are talking about this. Oh, you're the one that sent it to me, Dolly girl. I love that. I was just dying. Hey, will y'all tap the screen? Oh, we have 3,500 likes. Thank you. Tap the screen on TikTok. Just tap. It gives us a bunch of likes. It helps. Thank you so much. What else? So I don't know what those are. I didn't understand the girl that called in about the lawnmower position. So, but did y'all hear? She even said, "Oh, I show up at the roundup every once in a while." Lots of people do that. So for people that make all these rumors up about me that, I drive by Monroe's school, never in my life have I wasted my time, nor would I ever do that. What would be the point in driving by someone's school? That's so dumb. But no, other people tell me what they do, and it's way more obsessive or stalkerish than I would ever do. But I've never driven up to Dallas and gone to the roundup. If they invited me, I probably would. I know we've talked about doing a Chumpette meetup in Dallas very soon, and we'll probably go there, but I don't specifically try to go to places that I know Jeff is going to be. I've usually already had a ticket to things that he's going to be at. Or, I mean, if it's like Watch What Happens Live, that type of thing, of course, I want to be in the audience for that. So shout out Annette for that. But no, I don't do all of that. Like I've never just surprised them at, the roundup or something. Oh, Susie says, I live in Dallas. Let's meet up for sure. But speaking of meetups, y'all make sure there is a huge itinerary. It is going to be so fun, specifically the Saturday morning, January 20th morning, all the way through the evening into the overnight. I know people are still trying to get their hotels booked and they were maxed out on the discount for the $319 for the Saturday night, but I think they're adding more. They're going to let me know. So I think they're adding some more nights for that for us. Because some of y'all, but I think January 12th is the last day to book that. So after that, I don't think I'll have any leverage with them to get that price. So get that. I think there's a couple more tickets left for the Sarah from Texas live show, live from Hollywood. Those links are on my Instagram bio, my YouTube bio, my TikTok bio, and it's $50 tax and everything included. What else? Okay, I guess we can talk about the first segment of the Jeff Lewis Live After Show with amazing Justin Martindale and Monica Casey. Did y'all see the picture they posted? I mean, it reminded me of those pictures of us in like the late 80s and the early 90s where you and your bestie took a picture at Sears together and your backs were together and then your leg was sticking out, and you had like acid wash jeans on with like a really ironed, button up t-shirt or a button up shirt. It was so crazy. I would love to meet in Australia, Raquel, for sure. Anyways, it was so cute. I did reshare it, but I only got to listen to the first segment, and they were talking about Saltburn, which I haven't yet watched. My girlfriends that I met for dinner Wednesday were talking about Saltburn. Succession, I've never watched. I guess the Golden Globes are Sunday, and I guess Justin was saying that Succession's going to win everything. I had never watched it. Like, there is, especially since the Channel 789 channel started, there was so much extra content that I was trying to listen to because I just didn't want to miss any of it. So that like took over my life for 6 months. Thank goodness. Don't tell Jeff that. Dialing Dr. Dawn has been canceled. The Chump Happy Hour was canceled. Flipping Out Fridays was canceled. I mean, I just don't have time for all that other stuff. It's crazy. But I definitely have no interest in, I just don't. What is Succession even about? Like, political stuff? I don't even know what it's about. Do you know Baby Tipper on TikTok? Do you know if Jeff has talked about Monica after the Housewives, Salt Lake City finale? No, but he doesn't really talk about that kind of stuff. I think every once in a while he'll talk about Housewives shows, but he's not going to go into it real hard, like a recap. You know what I mean? I don't think they mentioned it at all, though, did they? Let me think. I can't remember. Oh, maybe I will like it. Zuba says it's a family, rich asshole elite family. Oh, it's all about the characters. I know, but I just like the Murdoch family. Oh, I would watch a reality show about the Murdoch family. Those people freak me out. Oh, yeah, they talked about Succession on the after show, but like I said, I only heard the first segment because, I mean, I don't know. That is one. Hi, Mama Judy. Think you would like Succession, a wealthy family and their business. It's just so hard for me to get into a TV show anymore. There's so many reality shows. My list of shows to watch this weekend is so long. Like, I've got to get it together. But like I said, used to, I would always be on a delay to listen to the Jeff Lewis Live after show. And then it's all promos because they don't have any dang commercials to support the channel, which is the problem. And I would just 15 seconds, I would fast forward through those promos. And now you don't have that option. But also, I didn't have it paused because I was listening to it. So I couldn't go back and start it over again. Because once it flips over there, then you've got to wait hours for it to actually come back up on the app. It's not available immediately unless you've paused it, which I was listening to it, so I hadn't paused it. Krista says, oh yeah, the documentary, they're so good. The documentaries on the Murdoch murders are brilliant. The best are on YouTube. I watched it already, though. I don't understand why YouTube, some people get in trouble and get their monetization taken away because they put up what they call reuse content, which is basically, a full movie, the whole Jeff Lewis Live show. If you put up a whole Friends episode, but then isn't that the kind of the thing of YouTube is that it's old content or, new content too, like podcasts and stuff and talks. But I thought that's kind of what YouTube was for, was like old videos and stuff like that. I don't even know. Yes. Sunny Nigro says, did you say the after show is moving to Radio Andy? Yes. I made a reel about it because Jeff told us at the December 21st live event. Of course, he said something like, we're all here. It's just us, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I had my phone going. So anyways, oh, I love that. Sherry says, I'm in Dallas. There are lots of places in the neighborhood for people to meet. Speaking of meetups, and I kind of chatted about this a little bit before I got sidetracked. Make sure you join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. That is the best way to like post like, hey, I live in Dallas. Let's do a meetup. There's also an event tab. So whenever I have something coming up, like the next thing is the January 20th live event in Hollywood, California. There's a chat that we're chatting on. Laura has put together an amazing spreadsheet so we know when people are flying in. People are booking hotel rooms together. They're making trips, plans to go see Poland Patrick and get a coffee reading together. I've got a whole agenda for any chumpettes that want to do stuff Saturday, all day Saturday night. The only thing you need a ticket for is the 4 to 6 event. Everything else you can just come to if you don't have a ticket. So anyways, but all of that is on the event part of the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. I don't know how to get to the chat. Lisa, Crafty Dodger. I don't know. There's chat. I don't know how. Tell Crafty Dodger on Instagram how to get to the chat for the Facebook group. I don't know how to do that. I just know I'm in it. Did you hear on the after show yesterday that Jeff wasn't supposed to say anything about the show moving yet? No. And I listened to the after show. I did hear at one point there was something he was not supposed to say, but maybe that's what they were saying. Sometimes they start talking real low, especially Doug, and then I realize they're probably saying something we're not supposed to hear. So I don't pay attention. Yeah, the Facebook group is definitely where that chat is. It's so good. Also, if you're an Instagram subscriber, if you're a Royal Chumpette, there's a chat for that also. It's fantastic. People are becoming such good friends. It's really fun to see. It's really fun to see. One that's open to the public. Yes, Cecily. Well, if you're not coming to okay, there's different chats for everything. So when you join a Facebook group and there's an event, so everything I did in New York, we had a meetup at the coffee shop. So technically there's posts underneath that event. And then I did meetups in LA at Sight Glass. We did other stuff. Oh, we did the Pole to Boutique. So every time there's an event, there's a day and time and address and all that information. You can chat within that, but there's also a way to do a chat. And then people join that or leave it, and it becomes in your Facebook messages. So the Royal Chumpettes subscriber thing, I think, is on my Instagram. So if you join it, you just hit the subscribe button. It charges you $4.99 a month. You get all this stuff, including a Sunday Ask Me Anything that we'll have this Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 to 7:30. And then there's also a chat you can get in. There's, other stuff. So anyways, yeah, Caroline is trying to find San Diego Chumpettes. And obviously if you ask that in some of the bigger Facebook groups, but then you just got to, weed through all the assholes. So anyways, but yeah, if you ask on one of those bigger groups, you will find people in your city. That's what I did about 1.5 years ago. And I made a post and said, hey, anyone in the Houston area? And then Kim is the only one that showed up. There's supposed to be like 4 or 5 of us show up for dinner. And she was the one that showed up. We had dinner for like 3.5 hours and chatted nonstop. Now I have gone to BravoCon 2022 with her. We flew out to LA together for something recently. I mean, we have dinner about every 2 months. Now Diane has joined us. Some other chumps joined us. God, what's her name? Cindy, I think, joined us one time. Maybe we scared her off. Maria, maybe. And then whenever I got people together for the Zach Noe Towers comedy show here, like September, there was 6 of us total that joined. So some of those were new. And then some was Kim and did Kim come? Kim and Diane? Gosh, I'm getting everything mixed up. There's so many events. I mean, YOLO. Life is fun, right? Live it till its fullest. Krista says, be careful in the other Facebook groups. There's some really crazy people in the Jeff Lowe groups, like not well. And we won't even go there with Reddit, right? Reddit is cray. Somebody was trying to warn me, which was really nice, but they were like, somebody on Reddit said that they DM'd or called, texted, whatever, Gage, and told them that you drive by Monroe's house or Monroe's school. And they were like, we're just making sure that you're not doing that because that could affect her, the co-parenting in the court case. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not. Jeff knows I'm not. The school knows I'm not. I'm like, when I go to LA, I'm usually there for about 26 to 30 hours on the ground. I am booked and busy that whole freaking time. There is nothing about me that is going to have the desire or make the time to drive and look outside of Monroe's school. Yes, Sarah says, holy shit, what the F is wrong with people? I mean, it's crazy. I'm not going to give any of that any light, but it's crazy. Like, people think I'm crazy. I'm like, I don't know. There's some crazies out there. Oh, good. Shout out Martha. I just asked to join your Facebook page. I will approve you in just a little bit. Any more questions? I guess we have a little bit of time, about 10 minutes. We could do sort of a quick Ask Me Anything, since I can't talk about too much of, freaking after show. Y'all can tell me about the after show. Can't stand when it messes up because I kept trying to go back and do it. I haven't seen Saltburn. We just talked about the beginning of the show, though. Wait, what? Margaret says, Jeff Facebook page is asking for friends request on Messenger. Did someone steal that Facebook account? It's fake. I promise you, Jeff is not asking to be your friend on Facebook. Like, there are definitely fake accounts. They've done it to Doug. They've done it to Chef Stu. They've done it to Andy Cohen. They've done it to Jeff Lewis. I don't think they've done me yet, and I hope they don't, but I have known personally of people who have believed it and have chatted back and forth with people thinking it was really Andy Cohen or really Jeff Lewis or really Doug, and it's not. Well, what they do is they steal their profile picture. They use the exact same one. They make a name very close, like Jeff Lewis with 2 S's, so nobody notices that. There's not a check mark, which means they're verified. They've done it on TikTok to Doug. They've done it on Instagram to people. So if you just don't get, if it seems too good to be true, if you really, no offense, but if you really think Jeff Lewis is trying to friend you on Facebook, that's too good to be true. He's not. And especially if it ever goes to like, how's it going? Trying to be your friend. I mean, they're not trying to be your friend. So, it's probably a fake account. And it's sad because they take advantage of people so excited that they think they're actually talking with someone. So, or, talking to one of their favorite people. And what they'll do, they'll go like underneath Chef Stu's. If you comment like, oh, I love this recipe, or you look so good, I love your account, whatever, they'll message you and be like, oh, I see you're such a big fan of mine. And that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing is going underneath people's public reel, whatever, and seeing who comments. And then they message you and thinking that they really noticed you as a fan. And they don't. I mean, no offense, but they don't. Who's Joe Elliott? Oh, Def Leppard. Christina says, I got follow requests from Joe Elliott whenever I comment on Def Leppard's post. Okay, I guess I shouldn't say that, and maybe every celebrity doesn't do that, but I would say 99.9% are probably fake accounts for sure. Oh, I know. Or Ocean Port Matt or any Royal Chumpats have an issue subscribing. It always says payment can't be verified. Usually the error people tell me about not being able to subscribe to me on Instagram is it says they're put on a wait list. There's no wait list. There's no limited amount of people that can be on the Instagram subscriber. So I don't know why they say that. I've never seen anyone tell me that it's payment needing to be verified, but I know somebody was they thought they could have an Apple gift card up there as payment, and you can't. I think it has to be a credit card. So I don't know, but I've heard of the weirdest things where they're like, I've bought badges or I have another subscriber, and yet it won't let me subscribe to you. So I did create one on YouTube. Same price, $4.99 a month, YouTube subscriber or membership, it's called there. But I can tell you it's way easier for me to post on Instagram and click the subscriber button instead of posting on YouTube and Instagram. I do both, and I will go live on both. But I also don't know. Somebody needs to let me know on YouTube if, because most people had to do YouTube because they couldn't get on Instagram. It was giving them errors. I don't know that YouTube keeps the replays up, whereas Instagram does. So on my main page, Jeff Lewis Obsessed on Instagram, there's Reels, then there's a crown button. If you are a subscriber and if you click on that, it will show you 5 or 6 other Instagram lives that I've already done since I started this, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. And you can watch all of those replays. So if you don't catch it live, and I'm not positive YouTube does that, but I just don't know YouTube as well from a user. Yeah, I just know how to subscribe to people and watch videos. I don't really know how to do reels on YouTube. I don't know how to do all that stuff for sure. Anyways, is there any questions I'm missing? Krista says, warning. Yeah, they were talking about it. Saltburn is supposedly really trashy. Read the content reviews before watching. Not for me. And Monica and Justin were talking about, I guess there's a Saltburn drink, and it's kind of coconut water, if you will. So you can imagine what kind of bodily fluid might be milky and white and well, is coconut water really creamy? But anyways, they probably add what's that white drink? What's that white thick alcohol? I don't know what they would add to it. I don't really know. I don't know how to make cocktails, but anyways, there's a scene in there that they described and it sounded disgusting. Like a bathtub, men, bodily sexual activity, and drinking it. That's all I'm going to say. That should be a Bloody Mary. A Bloody Mary. Yeah, Sharon on TikTok says, not much grosses me out, but that scene did. Yeah. And I haven't watched it yet. What is it even on? Like Netflix? I don't even know. That's the problem with all this streaming stuff is I can't, my girlfriends and I were talking at dinner the other night. It's like, you can't even remember where stuff is, like much less, don't get me started on the username and password of it all. Like figuring out what show is where, what movie is where, like it's just all easy when it's all on my DVR. And right now there's a lot. But I always find time to go find on Peacock, Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, and Hollywood House Lift on Amazon Freevee, for sure. Yes, Martindale says it's Harrison, the guy's actual real name. Yes. His Instagram, somebody just posted, it's like, I think it's his last name, Harrison _ something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's his name. There's no fake name for him. I don't think, oh God, Tub Rub. That's a good idea. Dolly Girl says, I bought a password book. That's how many years old I am. Amen, sister. I'm here with it. And then I've had more than one password book because then things change or you delete this, you don't use that anymore. You know, you change your password, everything. Oh, that's true. Molly LOL says, Google the name of the movie series and it will tell you where to watch. I know, but then it'll give you all these options. And I'm like, where is it free? My husband even used to have an app. I mean, there's so many apps. My God. He had an app that would tell you where things were at for free. Like, so you could watch them. It was just crazy. I know. Jeffrey on TikTok says, whatever happened with Jenny? What is she up to? Well, she was invited to BravoCon last minute. She wasn't on the list of stars, so nobody really knew. How most of us found out is she posted a really vague picture of her looking out a window and said something like, BravoCon, here I come. And I'm like, what are you coming to BravoCon for? So, you know, I did ask a question to Andy Cohen at BravoCon and asked like why. And he pretty much said, oh, she's a really good friend at BravoCon, you know, at Bravo. I really like her. But I was told she was very nervous or something was up when she was doing her interview style, whatever thing they invited her to do. I don't think it went over well at all. But I don't know. I think it was on the TV part, the part that you could watch on Peacock. So it might still be up there. Peacock, everything it seems like was up there except for the best part, which was Jeff Lewis's Ask Andy segment on Friday morning. It was amazing. And it's not up on the Peacock thing. You can't watch it on Peacock. So I don't know why not. Anyway, so we're going to wrap it up very soon. Carol Hamilton, what do you think about Jeff always asking Tracy Tudor about the West Coast versus East Coast gays is about? Well, I think it's just because, just like what she said, they do get jealous of each other because she's able to spend more time with north, south, east, west. The West Coast, I literally don't know direction, with the West Coast gays because she lives primarily in LA. And so when she gets to New York, she hangs out with the East Coast gays, her friends. So I think that's the reason he asked her about it. Oh, good. Oh, 10 Snooze says, are y'all watching Yellow Jackets? It's good but brutal. Christina Ricci is so good. I haven't watched that either, but I know Jeff is talking about it, and they were saying about it when she was on recently that that it was really good. Yes, she was. All that was up on Peacock that day of BravoCon. Oh, okay. So that's all it was on. Anyways. Well, having an amazing weekend. If you are a Royal Chumpette, you can, it's still not too late if you want to join. Hit the subscribe button on my Instagram or hit the membership button to join on YouTube. Everything is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. I do put up special content, early content, sneak peeks, and every Sunday at 7 to 7:30 Eastern, we do an Ask Me Anything and just kind of hang out. It's really fun. So anyways, join if you want. Bye, Chumpettes.